Yes, my dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Very good morning to you guys all out there, wherever you are on the globe, on the continent of Africa, where the World Cup qualifiers are currently ongoing. Yesterday, some matches were played, ladies and gentlemen, and big surprises. African countries that are fighting for the World Cup qualification. Every country wants to be in the World Cup. US of A, Canada, Mexico. Next year, 2026. It is a big target. Every African country wants to be in the US of A. Of course, my country, Ghana, has to be there. And thank God, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. Before we move to Chelsea, there's so much to talk about with Chelsea as well. But we are starting on the Africa qualifiers to the World Cup 2026. We know the importance of these qualifiers for every African nation. Oh yes, America. We are talking here about American visa. We are talking about Canadian visa and Mexican visa. So no team is taking it lightly at all. Yesterday, I watched the video. Ghana's president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, visited the players at the stadium while they were training. And you could see, he stated it clearly and categorically that the host nation, America, Canada, and Mexico, to the extent he even made mockery of them. He said he hoped that the players understand what is at stake, that this is America and Canada. He says that this is America and Canada we are talking about here, qualification to America and Canada. And then he concluded by saying he hoped America and Canada, by then they'll stop fighting each other over the trade war or whatever. You know, there's a war between America and Canada right now. Yes. About trade imbalances. So Ghana's president says he hopes by then the war between them, the fight between them will stop so that his people can, you know, though he didn't say it that way, that's so that his people can. But the truth of the matter is, it is American visa that is at stake here right now. Let Donald Trump do all that he can. We don't really care. We are going to watch football. I will be there myself. 2026. In America, I'll be there. I will cover all the matches on this channel live from Canada, US of A, and Mexico. I will be there with my crew, dear friends. All right. Now, in the games that were played yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, for you to know how serious this qualification is for African countries, just look at this on your screen. Almighty Cameroon were held by 0-0 to Eswatini. Eswatini, a population of less than 1 million, I believe, were able to hold one of the giants of Africa to a 0-0 draw. Cameroon playing Eswatini 0-0. I keep saying that there's no smaller team again on the African continent too. 0-0. Cameroon 0, Eswatini 0. And when you come to Group D, where Ghana is, is it Group D? Ghana's group. Group I, yes. Group D is Cameroon group, yeah. Group D, where Ghana is, alongside Madagascar, Comoros, Ghana, is it? Ladies and gentlemen, yes. This group, Ghana, Mali, Comoros, Madagascar, Central African Republic, and guess what? Yesterday, the game that was played between Central African Republic and Madagascar, it ended 1-3 in favor of Madagascar. Madagascar beating Central African Republic 1-3. 1-3. Ladies and gentlemen, and do you know what that means? You look at the table right there on your screen. Now, Madagascar is leading the table with 10 points. Madagascar leading the table, Group I, table with 10 points. Yes. Comoros with 9 points. Ghana, 9 points. Mali, 5 points. Central African Republic still have 4 points. And then the last team should be Chad, right? Yes. They have 0 points. 0 points, dear friend. And hey, Ghana is meeting Chad Friday, which is tomorrow. Ghana will be playing Chad tomorrow, Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, but do you know, for Madagascar to now be on 10 points, and Ghana is meeting Madagascar on Monday. We are meeting Madagascar on Monday. That simply means that Ghana will have to come all out and beat Madagascar. We need to win tomorrow against Chad and beat Madagascar in order to bring, ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Now, before I continue, let me see if I have, yes, do I have any news on Super Eagles today, this morning? If not, then later in the day, I'll bring news on Super Eagles of Nigeria. All right, there's no news on Super Eagles this morning here on my menu. But quickly, let's go this way. Look at this man on your screen once again. N'Golo Kante on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. This guy, did Chelsea ever paid him at all, his salary? Did Chelsea ever pay N'Golo Kante his salary whilst he was with Chelsea? Okay, what about the Saudis? My goodness. Look at the man. This guy is a millionaire by all standard. Oh, come on. For how low do you want to, humble yourself? We know where you are coming from. We know, Kante, I know where you are coming from. And listen, you see, let me just say this about Kante. You see, Kante has not been called up for the French national team. He's from Africa. He and his parents left the African continent in the 80s, I believe. Let me see. Okay. 1991. He was born 1991 in Paris. His parents left in the 80s to France from Africa. Let me just put it this way. N'Golo Kante is actually an African, but born in France. So he naturalized with the French national team. He plays for the French national team. This time around, he was not called up by the French national team squad. N'Golo Kante filled his international break activities by visiting his country, Mali. Chelsea legend, who was born and raised in France. He was born in 1991 in Paris, France. But both of his parents have Malian blood. Both of his parents have Malian blood and migrated from Mali to France in the 1980s. In the 1980s. Now, as you can see the pictures on the screen, he's in Mali right now, interacting with his people. Yes, he is there right now, interacting with his people and looking very simple, just like any other ordinary Malian on the street. Nothing shows that he's a multi-millionaire even, or he's a football star. Nothing shows that. But to some extent, life should be simple, no matter how much you have in your bank account. Life has to be simple. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, let's move on quickly. We don't have enough time to spend. All right. Cucurella, back to Chelsea. Cucurella speaking in Spain at the international break. Cucurella is part of the team or the player that were called to the Spanish national team. And usually when these players, they go, they always meet the press, the journalists. They come up with questions to the players, their expectations for the season, and what they think in general. Cucurella said this yesterday. I like to watch Barca, especially now. I like to watch Barca, Barcelona, Chelsea player, says that he likes to watch Barca's games. I beg your pardon. Barca, Barcelona's game. Especially now, this year. They are a lot of fun to watch because a lot of things happen and they play very offensively. When I saw this, it reminded me of Argentina, who expelled Paz from their national team a few days ago because he was watching Cristiano Ronaldo's video on YouTube. A national team coach expelled Paz from the squad. Yes, Argentina's national team coach. Just because the player was seen watching Cristiano Ronaldo, a Portugal player's video on YouTube. Here we are, Cucurella spends good quality time watching Barcelona, one of Chelsea's fierce rivals. Chelsea fans, should we expel Cucurella? Dear friends, the fact remains that he is a Spanish player and Barcelona has a lot of Spanish national team, players. The national team of Spain, a lot of them plays in Barcelona. He has a lot of friends, good friends for that matter, with Barcelona. So he has every right to follow his friends and to watch their games in Spain. It is what it is. Cucurella, that is what he said. Well, I'm about to run up. Before then, Sporting Lisbon have announced on Wednesday evening the transfer of Geovany, Quenda and Dario Essugo. Yes, Dario Essugo to Chelsea. Sporting FC, Sporting Lisbon have made it public, announcing it officially, the signing of these two players by Chelsea. By the signing of Quenda, Geovany and Dario Essugo to Chelsea. Here we go. In a statement to the players, the Portuguese club confirmed the total value of the deal at 74.4 million euros for the two players. 74.4 million euros for the two players. It's official. Chelsea have signed Geovany, Quenda, 2006 born, and Dario Essugo, 2005 born from Sporting Club. Deal confirmed. 74 million or 74.4 million total package for both players, with Quenda to join Chelsea in the summer of 2026, Essugo to join in the summer of 2025. So we are expecting Essugo to come in this summer. We understand it is finally confirmed. As you can see, both players right there. Yes, it is confirmed. Both players are now Chelsea's player. And we understand also that Essugo is expected to be a backup to Caicedo. He's expected to be a backup to Caicedo in Chelsea's midfield. Yes, Essugo is a midfielder, combative midfielder, and Quenda is a left winger. Quenda is a left winger. Dear friend, it is what it is. We also understand that the player actually spoke to, yes, Chelsea signed Quenda and Essugo. Quenda began career playing, and almost sent away. Chelsea see him as a winger, not a wing back. But Essugo had a penchant for, he's been viewed as Caicedo's backup. Ladies and gentlemen, so those two players are now officially Chelsea's players. Quickly, let's end up with Robert Sanchez. A little bit of news once again on Robert Sanchez. This morning, I don't know what exactly is happening. Maybe you have to give me my... Okay, I've not taken lunch. Or is it? Or breakfast. My breakfast was not complete. Okay. Robert Sanchez says he wants to leave if he's not in our plans for next season. Robert Sanchez says he wants to leave Chelsea if he's not in Chelsea's plans for next season. This news came up a few days ago and it's been repeated again. Dear friends, Sanchez, I have already signed it. You can go. I have signed it. You can go. You are free to go. And ladies and gentlemen, the fact remains that for him to issue this statement, his agent is already working out a route for him to go. For a player to make this statement boldly like this, it means that his agent is already working out something. Yeah. Listen, Chelsea fans will be more than happy to let you go. My producers are saying bye-bye. Guys, I'll see you all in the next one when you see me. Shalom and peace.